Hello dear grade 11 students, welcome back to a new reading lesson from module 10, A Penny Saved is a Penny Earned. You will need your student book, page 148-149. The objectives of today's lesson are 1. To understand and respond independently to the main ideas in a long text. 2. Understand and respond independently to details in a long text. 3. To communicate independently a personal response to real and fictional events. Look at these pictures. Try to guess what do you think the lesson will be about. So you can see people here are doing their groceries, shopping bags everywhere. So, what do you think is the topic of today's lesson? Yes, it's about shopping and consumerism. Some of you would wonder, what do you mean by consumerism? So, try to look to these pictures and guess the meaning of the word consumerism. The verb is to consume. The noun is consumption. So, what do these pictures reveal? They are showing that people buying things, online, from shops, many things. So, the word refers to the idea of a human desire to obtain products, goods, and stuff in excess of one's basic needs. And here in this picture, you can see clearly how people buy things mindlessly. Now let me ask you this question. Do you only buy things you need, or do you buy things just because you want them? Try to answer this question honestly. So let's read the suggested answer here. I try to buy only the things I really need. There are, however, times when I come across something that I really like. In cases like these, I might make an exception and buy it even though I might not really need it. Okay, many of us maybe relate to this. As you might all know, buying things that you don't need just for the sake of buying them is a very bad behavior actually. So we need to avoid that. The question is now, what do you think it means to be a good consumer? How can we be a good consumer? Try to think of an answer. Okay, so I think that what it means to be a good consumer depends on whose perspective you are looking at it from. If you are looking at it from a manufacturer's perspective, a good consumer is someone who tends to spend a lot of money, replaces products when new ones come out, buys on impulse, is not well informed, and is easy to coax into buying products or services that he or she is not in need of. If you are looking at it from a consumer's perspective, a good consumer is someone who researches the product or service he or she wishes to buy, is well informed about different products and services, takes the time to read through important information, asks questions and seeks clarifications before making a purchase, does not engage in impulse buying and buys brands that use sustainable production practices and eco-friendly materials. So the term good consumer now depends on whose perspective we're looking at from. But as we are normal people, so everyone I guess needs to repeat this after me. Just because it's on sale doesn't mean you need it. Just because it's on sale doesn't mean you need it. Just because it's on sale doesn't mean you need it. You really need this advice. I hope you like it. Now let's have a look at our text for today. Skim through the first line of the text and say in which year the term consumerism was first used. Take your time skimming through the first line. So, which year? Yes, very good. So, it was in 1915 that the term was first used. Very good. Now read the text and answer the following question. What is the type of the text? So try to go through the text, look at the paragraphs, the number of the paragraphs, how they are constructed, and try to find out the type. And as you know, you can stop the video at any time and read your text, then play it back again. Okay, so the type of the text is, it's an argumentative essay. Very good. Now, after reading the text, choose from the options provided below the main purpose of the text. What is the main purpose of the text? And please keep in mind that the type is an argumentative essay. I think this will help you a lot to choose the best option. So first, to persuade readers to reject consumerism, or 2, to outline how consumer societies developed, or 3, to evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of consumerism, 4, to describe how people can use consumerism to their advantage, or 5, to recommend steps that can be taken to limit the negative effects of consumerism. So, which one is the right answer? Good, it's 3. So, the purpose is to evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of consumerism. Very good. Now, please move to task C. You are going to reread the text carefully and answer the following questions. You have 4 questions to answer, so try to pick the right option and provide a justification for it. Take your time. The first question. The term consumerism only refers to business, or has changed the meaning over the years, or has been controversial throughout the history, or has a more positive meaning than it used to. So, from all these 4 options, what do you think is the correct one? Yes, it's B. So the term consumerism has changed the meaning over the years. Very good. The justification is, so the term was first used in 1915 to refer to the protection of consumer rights. Over time, it evolved and came to mean the continuous cycle of buying and selling goods. Very good. Question 2. According to the text, competition among companies has resulted in products that do not satisfy consumer needs. B. A decrease in the demand for products and services. C. Products and services being more competitively priced. Or D. The quality of available products becoming progressively worse. So, what do you think is the right answer? Good, it's C. So, the competition among companies has resulted in products and services being more competitively priced. Very good. And the justification for that is, in an effort to beat the competition, Companies are constantly working towards creating products and services that not only meet consumers' needs, but also are innovative, reliable, and good value for money. Very good. Now we move to question 3. According to the text, what is true of a consumer economy? It harms creativity, it benefits only big companies, it can create an environment that helps companies develop, or D, it forces small businesses to charge more for their products and services. The right answer is C, very good. It can create an environment that helps companies develop. The justification is this is because the competitive climate both encourages and rewards creativity and innovation. Question 4. According to the text, consumerism helps to reduce waste of raw materials, can create conditions that help people live a more comfortable life, C, increases the amount of raw material available for the production of goods, or D, can have a negative impact on people's health as they are obliged to work longer hours. The right answer is B, very good. So, consumerism can create conditions that help people live a more comfortable life. The justification for that is consumerism stimulates economic growth. Increased production to meet consumer needs means more jobs, higher wages, and more spending, which in turn means a higher standard of living and quality of life for society as a whole. Very good. Now, dear student, after reading the text, try to answer these 2 questions, but using your own words. So, first question, in what way does consumerism encourage spending? Second question, what is the writer's opinion about consumerism? So, first one, how can you answer that? Let's see a suggested answer. So, consumerism encourages spending in a variety of ways. Firstly, the large variety of inexpensive products at our disposal encourages us to buy things that we may not have any use for. In addition, economic growth puts more money in our pockets, which makes it more likely that we will spend more than what we should. Question 2. What do you think is the writer's opinion about consumerism? Okay, so the writer here presents a balanced argument on the issue. This in and of itself is proof that he or she feels that we need to keep a clear perspective on the issue. He or she clearly believes that there are valid arguments both in favor of and against consumerism. Nevertheless, he or she ends by suggesting that as consumers, we have a duty to keep our spending habits in check. And we as a reader and a consumer too, we need to have a thought about that and have your own say about the issue. Now, dear students, we come at the end of our lesson today. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video, reading part 2. Thank you. Keep safe. Bye-bye.